Alright guys, here is month one of what it looked like for me as a life insurance broker. I'm licensed currently in 18 states. I reinvested in more states to get cheaper leads. I'll get into that. First month, I started off, first 2 weeks, I hopped on aged leads, meaning people that have filled out a form for insurance about 3 months ago. They don't really expect my call, and they're like, yeah, I'm not interested, I'm busy right now, I need to talk to my wife. It's just so many objections because we want to get good at the script before we get on fresh leads. Fresh leads are more expensive, right? And so we want to get good so we don't waste a lot of money, right? People lose money in the space. It's because they don't have the right systems in place and they don't have the right training from a mentor. Like my mentor is doing $300K in personal income per month, and he is willing to train any one of my reps. And his fiance and role play and build, answer their high level questions. Obviously, I'll be there to help you on a daily basis, but you can learn from someone who's doing it at a very high level, right? So more about what it looked like for me. Everyone wants to know, hey, what'd you make your first month, right? So I submitted $25,000 in business. About $12,000 of that was issued premium, meaning I had a lot of declines. I didn't know how to transfer products and get them to stay on the books. That was big. My first 2 weeks I was on aged leads. I couldn't make that many sales, and I just stuck it out, right? I got enough profits to reinvest into higher intent leads, meaning they're fresh and they're more willing to pay more per policy. So instead of selling policies at $800 a pop, you sell policies that are $1,000, $2,000, $3,000, $4,000. I sold one that was $5,500 in annualized premium. So you can get to that higher ticket, pretty quick if you're willing to reinvest the money that you make on age leads. Obviously, some people can't do that. Some people take longer to make their, first big chunk of money to reinvest. In age leads, I heard someone took three weeks is the longest I've heard, but most people do it in their first 1 to 2 days. I did it on my second day. A lot of my mentor did it on his second day, and a lot of people I see in the office, they come and do it on their first day. I'd say 80-90% get their first sale on their first 2 days. Right, that'll pay you around $500, and then you can do that daily. Every 2 days, and then reinvest into fresh leads, which will get you paid more. And then once you get paid more, you can reinvest into buying new states. Here's the thing. So most people don't know this, but you can hop on an ad and lower your lead cost by 4x. So I'm paying a quarter of the lead cost, which is increasing my ROI in the long term. I reinvested into about 20 state licenses, and I reinvested into putting together an ad system that's going to reduce my cost that much for years down the line and allow me to make way more money. So month one, I actually broke even, which I'm fine with because I'm reinvesting for, number one is more sales for me, which will attract more people to my organization, which will get me a higher ROI on my dollars spent on my business, right? If I'm not paying as much for leads, then it's going to increase my profit margin in my business, which I'll then be able to, do a lot more with my money. I can put it into social media, I can put it into ads, I can put it into scaling my agents and putting money into them and resources. And so that's what my first month looked like. And I'm hoping to scale. I had 90 recruiting conversations. So a lot of people want to join this business because I'm posting a lot and people are reaching out to me, which is great. I'm posting a lot because I really believe in this opportunity, because I've seen it for myself. I've seen the work I can do in others, and I'm reinvesting a lot of my money in my future to build this business as quick as possible, because frankly, I don't need money years in the first year. I'm going to be reinvesting. I might even buy houses and put 10 guys in the house that are on my team and just recruit them from different states and just have a team of 100 plus people in my first couple years in the business. So we're going to scale this thing to hundreds of agents. We're going to be duplicating our systems that I'm implementing from my mentor. We're going to duplicate that across our organization, and we're going to scale this business to, each individual agent. I want them to be producing at least 12 to 15K a month minimum And then once you can scale to like 20, 30, 40, you can start building a team, right? So because people are attracted to people that make money, right? People want to join a leader that can train them how to make the kind of money that they want to make. So I'm gonna go. I got stuff to do, but you know, if you want to stay in touch, you have any questions, you want to join the team, or if you just want to chat, I am open at nights. I typically get back home at like 8:30 or 9 o'clock, and I'd be happy to chat. If you want to hit me up, let me know. Follow my Instagram and send me a DM there.